Okay, so get this. I'm going to show you a story, and it's the Israeli army not wanting Hamas to release more prisoners or hostages, Israeli hostages right now, because they're afraid. They're afraid it's going to deter, it's going to delay the ground invasion. I'm not kidding. So let's watch this story. The IDF believes it's ready for a Gaza ground offensive and that it should start soon. What's the problem? Well, regarding the 222 confirmed hostages held by Hamas and other terror groups in the Gaza Strip, the military has been preparing for the possibility of rescue operations amid the ground offensive, according to information seen by the Times of Israel. The army, and here it is, the army is concerned that further hostage release by Hamas could lead the political leadership to delay a ground incursion or even halt it midway.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. I'd hate to delay our Dresden-style firebombing just to save a couple hundred of our own citizens.
220.
I mean, the longer we wait, the more people are going to question starving and bombing huge numbers of civilians.
Yeah, that's true.
The army is concerned that further hostage release by Hamas could lead the political leadership to delay their ground incursion or even halt it midway. And we need to stick with the things that are important here, and that is war and death. Don't let yourself be distracted by sensible solutions, people. Stay on course, like you were a bomb drop from an airplane headed straight down on somebody's roof. No way to stop you now. Israel cannot afford to lose Hamas any more than the Democrats can afford to lose Donald Trump. Do you know how hard it is to find a good boogeyman these days, Kurt? Someone to blame for everything?
They don't make them like Saddam no more.
No. Those kind of boogeymen are worth their weight in gold. And by the way, it would be your gold that they are spending.
Yeah. Well, I'd be happy to for a great boogeyman like Saddam Hussein. I'll tell you what. They don't make it. You ain't going to see one like he's a real one.
Some of us are old enough to remember, I don't think you are, Kurt, but some of us are old enough to remember when they withheld hostages release from Jimmy Carter so he wouldn't get reelected. Do you remember this?
I do remember hearing about it, and I remember being like, so what? That's a long time ago. That's how I felt about it.
Yeah, hostages are very valuable to your government.
Yeah.
So on Friday night, Hamas released an American mother and daughter. According to some reports, this contributed to a postponement of the ground offensive in light of hopes that more could be freed.
Just give up hope. We got to get this done.
So here's Max Blumenthal. He says the Israeli army doesn't want hostages released now. Just let that sink in. Well, I think Israel needs a new PR firm. Anyway, I thank God. I do. I thank God there's a state of Israel to guarantee the safety of the Jewish people. It just makes more sense the more you hear about all the safety they enjoy thanks to the government of Israel. How can we maintain the safety of the people of Israel if we don't carpet bomb captured hostages from Israel? Here's what's sinking in, Kurt. If Israel would do that to their own people, what do you think they do to people they hate?
Treat them fairly, and then these unprovoked attacks happen.
So get this, they released this. So this is a lady, Hamas said it offered to free 2 hostages for humanitarian reasons. Israel accused Hamas of mendacious propaganda.
Oh, you know that guy? I think he's from Argentina.
Hamas has released them. As one left, she shook the fighter's hand and said, peace. Wow. Wow. I got to say, they do need a... But the reason why this won't really have an effect is because I'm going to sure they're never going to let that get out in Israel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if the media reported it. So, by the way, the greatest Hasbara disaster for Israel in history. Do you know what Hasbara is? It's an Israeli term for the country's attempts to justify their actions. That's what,
I thought it was the company used to make Transformers.
It's no. That's Hasbro.
Oh, Hasbro.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's, but wow. Okay, did I already do this? Israelis are going ballistic over this photo of Israeli elderly woman being freed by Hamas, shaking his hand. Wow.
Is her family mad at her? Like,
hang on, I think I have a joke for this.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. I guess that elderly freed Israeli woman is a self-hating Jew.
Why else would she?
I mean, how else do you explain that? I guess it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome, except the reason you identify with your captors is because your own government would rather kill you than not carpet bomb Gaza. I'm going to go ahead and verify this as the first case of Gaza syndrome.
She's identifying with a captor's bomber.
God.
But the term self-hating Jew, that applies to every Jewish person I've ever met in LA. You know, the rhinoplasty industry is very big here. I don't know if you know that, Jimmy.
So they're going ballistic over a picture of this Israeli Jewish lady being freed and shaking hands with her captors. And you know, when the Israelis go ballistic, they actually use guided weapons.
Yeah.
We should know. We paid for them, and we made them. So here's what the photo alone doesn't show, which the video did, is that she reached back to initiate the handshake as they were moving her away. I took note of it, as well as a remarkable scene that would undoubtedly make waves. Yeah, if the media reported it, it would make waves, but Israel was reluctant to accept these hostages, desperate to prevent these encouraging scenes from taking form, and has rejected the release of 50 more captives in exchange for fuel to keep hospital incubators online.
Wait, are we in October?
Yes.
We are. So this is another October surprise.
I guess so.
Wow, every October. What is this?
Is that true? I mean, that's according to Max. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that could be true. That Israel rejected the release of 50 more prisoners in exchange for fuel to keep hospital incubators online.
Well, I would say if Times of Israel reported that, like I said, a lot of Israelis seem to know more about what their government's doing than here. You know, like here, people I know don't know. I mean, they don't know anything. They know if they
don't know anything.
Which is the woke side to be on?
Like Ryan
it doesn't even
wants...
apply to this. That coalition's dead. And Israel News is where I learned about Netanyahu getting warned about him funding Hamas. So a bunch of relatives that live in Israel, I got to believe, are upset about the idea of not getting their family members back.
This isn't about Judaism, Kurt. This isn't about Islam. This is just about moral psychosis. I mean, is it possible for the leadership of any country to go insane and then turn evil? I mean, even our leadership? I mean, I can't relate to that. I don't understand.
I mean, that's how we got this great nation, I believe, in a similar operation. I believe we used the same book of the Jewish people to justify what we did.
I believe you're correct.
We took theirs.
Yeah. Max Blumenthal says Israel was reluctant to accept these. Oh, we already did this. Oh, here's the. There's a little bit of video. Hamas published this video showing the moment of the release of two female hostages, Nurit Cooper and Yaakov Lifshitz. They are seen sharing tea and cookies with Hamas fighters before saying goodbye to them.
This is probably AI. Probably not real.
So all I know is that CNN says that those women went through hell.
Well,
the hell of cookies and tea and medical attention.
Oh, I thought you meant the hell of their own government was deciding whether to blow them up before they could come home.
Wow. That's the same scene. Wow. Che Bose tweets, what the Israeli hostage said about Hamas captivity. Here's what the Israeli hostage said about their captivity in Hamas. When we arrived in Gaza, they first told us that they believed in the Quran and would not harm us. They fed us well, were kind. A doctor and paramedic visited us regularly, and everything was provided for us. Want to know what CNN says? Hostage. I went through hell.
Yeah, so
There's a
that's
little
something.
bit conflicting.
It shows you why Hamas took these hostages and didn't kill them, because it's clearly to make Israel just do something, and Israel knows that. See, it's like provoking, Ukraine with Putin. Like there's like another version of that of we gotta. This is not convenient for us. Like this is really inconvenient for us. This whole
really
thing,
inconvenient,
and we're not going to let you win just because you have some of our hostages.
Of course, that's what CNN says. CNN, the backpack sniffers and the pro-war maniacs. CNN is facing backlash after it shared a heavily edited version of an interview with an Israeli hostage recently released by Hamas. The media outlet later deleted the video and reshared it after removing the line, approved copy. It appeared to have accidentally included it in its earlier caption.
Oh, you got to be kidding. They put approved copy in the thing
that they released.
Oh, you're the best, CNN. You're the best.
But we're the ones.
I'm surprised.
We're the ones who get censored.
Yeah.
We're the ones who have to, that Google, the most powerful corporation in the history of the world, has to censor and scare the hell out of to report this stuff.
I didn't hear approved copy before what you say.
That's right. That is amazing.
What genius works there left in approved copy?
And I just can't believe this. Well, I guess I can. So they don't care about their own hostages. Israel cares. It seems that Israel cares less about their own hostages than Hamas does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did, fund Hamas.
That's right. People forget that Israel been funding Hamas for over a decade.
Not a secret thing. The guy said openly.
Not a secret.
Kind of bragging like about a brilliant strategy.
Yes. Hey, come see us doing a live stand-up show in Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, Levittown, New York, Red Bank, New Jersey, Wilmington, Delaware, Covina, California, Burbank, California, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, and Palmdale, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.